So this is part 3 of the videos I'm making for this wheel. This is my Park Tool WAG 4 wheel alignment gauge used to check dish. This e-bike hub motor is kind of strange. You put the dish over here. I'll set it on this side. You set this thing here, right there on the end of the dropout, right where the frame would be. And then I set it where it would set up against the frame, and then I tighten it. And so it's set, and I've tightened this. And now this is in the way. But I can still get this to where the frame would go into the dropout. And this dish is really far off. This wire is really in the way. It is off. This dish is off by 9 millimeters, which the ring is pulled 4.5 millimeters away from the camera. So the plan there would be to, if I tighten all the spokes on this side, which is the non-drive side, it would pull the rim this way. So I want to tighten all the spokes on this side, but I happen to notice that the tension on this side is already really high. If I check some of these tensions, and now that was the dish. I checked the dish, it was terrible. It needs to be adjusted by 4.5 millimeters. So now I'm going to go into checking the tension. And this is something that I learned at United Bicycle Institute about checking the tension. So what I do is I start at the valve hole, and then these are partner spokes. Spokes that touch each other are partner spokes, ones that actually physically touch. These are partner spokes. First of all, the ranges on all these spokes needs to be within spec. And here's this chart, which you get when you buy a Park TM 2.2 or a Park TS 2.2. Basically, when you buy a truing stand, it'll come with this. And these are 13 gauge steel spokes. The range is 15 to 32. So when I check the tensions here, and I'm keeping in mind I was wanting to tighten all the spokes on this side, I'm going to start at the valve hole, and I want all these tensions to end up between 15 and 31 or thereabouts. And 2, I'm definitely going to have the tensions balanced between the partner spokes. So let's see what we got for some tensions here. The first one I look at is 28, so I won't be tightening that. And this is 26, so I'm going to balance those. This one here I'm going to loosen, and I'm going to tighten the loose one. I'm going to balance the tension between these two spokes. So this one needs to be tightened a little bit. So I'll tighten it, say 3/16, and then I'll loosen this one the same amount, 3/16. Again, I'm balancing tension on the partner spokes. And I'm just working on these two spokes here, and I'm making sure that when I move on to the next pair of spokes, this tension will be equal. So this is 28, and this is 25. So I need to make a lot larger of an adjustment. So I'm going to tighten this one a lot. I'll tighten it a whole half. Tightening this one a half, and then loosening its partner a half. Okay, and I'm going to do this here to relieve any tension. So now I'll measure these two spokes that I'm working on, see about their tension. This one, which is too tight, is now at 28. And this one here is at 27. So just a little more adjustment here. The one that was too loose, I'm going to tighten it a quarter turn. I'm going to tighten it a quarter turn. And then the one that was a little tight, I'm going to loosen it a quarter turn. I'm going to go like this to relieve any twisting. And then let's see what we got, because I want these to be pretty much the same. So right now it's like 27.7. And this one here is 27.5. So that's close enough. So now I'm going to go to the next partner spokes, and I'll just explain it all again. These two spokes are partners because they touch, and I'm going to balance the tensions between the two. This one here has a tension of 27.5, and this is 25. So I'm going to tighten this one. I'm going to tighten it half. So I'm going to tighten this guy a half. And then I'll loosen its partner a half. And we'll get it to where they're balanced. I'm not going to move on until they're balanced. This tension here is 25. And this tension here is 25. Okay, so I like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break here, and I'm going to leave my tension meter right there so I'll know where to start when I start work on the wheel again.